So this evening we are going to be talking about Empyrion Galactic Survival. I stumbled across this game by searching for a particular game mechanic that I fancied playing. I've never heard of it before, just my Google search led me onto it. It's on Steam. It's a sci-fi. Sorry about that. It's a sci-fi survival game. So when you play in survival mode, you are dropped onto a planet from a drop pod that crashes, and you can extract resources from that pod to then try and survive. So let me just give you a quick whiz around. So this is creative mode. In creative mode they are nice enough to give you a base. Here's me, my snazzy spacesuit, which incidentally has a jetpack because I'm in creative mode, so I'm functionally a god, which is nice. But let's imagine that we're playing in survival mode. So here is a base that I've been given by the developers of this game. So, to survive, like the planet I'm on is a temperate planet which has breathable air, but it's entirely possible you won't be. So you need an oxygen machine, there's a healing machine. Okay, this is an oxygen tank where you store the air that's made by the oxygen machine. This is a clone chamber, so I guess that's where you respawn. I haven't played survival mode for a particularly long time. You need to generate power. The constructor, where this is functionally the same as I guess the crafting bench in Minecraft, where you can make all of the stuff that you need. Here's the kind of stuff: guns and tools and literally blocks, so you can build things out of blocks. Got coins. What do we use them for? Anyway, what else have you got? The fuel tanks. Notice them looking quite a lot like a warp core from Star Trek. If you're a massive nerd, they have fuel packs in them. What else have we got in another room? We have fridge. I guess that's where you'll put the meat that you harvest to stop it spoiling. That makes sense. We have a food processor, which is like a crafting bench but for food. More fridges. This is a very well stocked base. Here's some of the world, which is acceptably pretty. I'd say it's quite a nice engine. Nice high dynamic range lighting effect. And here's the garden room, so that you can grow your own healing herbs and whatever it is else that you might need. And another garden room. Shall we pick some of these? Let's pick some beans. And we'll pick some aloe vera. I like it when you pick it and it actually disappears, not like in the first Skyrim or the first Oblivion. That's right, where you pick stuff and it stayed there. Okay. Oh, and let's have a check out the living quarters that they provided. So the lifts in this game are all like grav lifts, like in PlanetSide a little bit. I can understand why they don't actually have a lift mechanic, because that would just be game breaking in an open world game like this. Here's my pad they provided me, the telly can turn on. Can't sit on the seats, can't use the PC, but you know, so be it. Look at this, the future, and we're still using a QWERTY keyboard. Amazing. Right, let's go back down. So the survival part on this, it does look like fun. I've had a little go at survival. It's got all of the elements, but you know, so far so Rust, so Ark, whatever. So here is my spaceship, and yes, the spaceship works. This is where the exciting stuff comes in. So let me pop open the back doors of this ship. This is just the ship that I'm provided with this base. I have space for passengers because you can, of course, play with your friends on this, which I'd love to do. That sounds so cool. It's got a little oxygen machine like my base has, and this area has oxygen machines, fuel tanks, all of the stuff that you'll remember from inside the base. So this is like a little portable base as well as being a ship. And bonk, we're in the pilot's chair. So where can we go with the ship? Let's hit Y, turn her on, and off we go. So I actually like to fly with the arrow keys rather than the mouse. Use the mouse for looking around. We can hit V to get the external view. Then you fly with the mouse, we press Alt, and then you're in free look mode. Not the prettiest ship in the world. So you see the thrusters that are attached to it, because you can build your own ships in this. Oh crap, I left the ramp out. Embarrassing. You can build your own ships, and a little bit like Gary's mod, I guess, they have to, like, you know, physics perspective, they have to work. So you have to have the right number of thrusters to lift the amount of mass, etc., etc. So let's see what else we can do. So this planet is a planet. It is spherical. So if I was to fly away from the sun, I'd find night time. If I was to fly towards the sun, I had to go back to the middle of the day. You can see there's a counter in the left-hand side of the screen that shows me the time until sundown. That will also show me the time until sun up. Let me work out where I am. There's the base. So let's head up into the sky. And you can see there's the moon has risen there. And so if you look at my HUD on the right hand side, there is power usage, which is the amount of power I'm consuming at the moment, the amount of power that's left in my fuel tanks, and I can replenish this by putting more fuel in it, whether I'm docked or not, which I'll talk about in a minute. The amount of gravity, the number of passengers, and critically the distance to orbit. What do you think distance to orbit means? Well, let's see, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off. Holy shit, what's just happened? Let me just stop and turn around for a sec. Let me flip back outside and go to freelance mode. Holy crap, there's the planet. I'm in space. You can traverse from space to a planet environment in this. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Ever since I was a kid, I fancied like Elite, but you could land on the planets. Which this isn't, because it's a trading game. It's not a trading game. I think it can be, but certainly the way that I'm playing it, it's not. So you see that moon over there? We can go there. We can land on that moon if we want. And what are these things highlighted on my HUD? Let's go and take a closer look. What are these bits of space debris floating around? See, the light is quite nice, isn't it? Like you get the diamond ring effect of the sun comes around the planet. Wow, some of these might look a little bit familiar. Flip to external view. Holy crap! It's only the Enterprise. I think that's a Sovereign class Enterprise, isn't it? Judging by the shape of the warp nacelles. I'm such a nerd, that's embarrassing. And what do we have over here? A very beautifully silhouetted Discovery 1 from 2001. Holy crap. So that must mean that this one is here's a generic capital ship that you've never seen before. And this one that isn't a capital ship, the one that's a small vessel there, clearly looks familiar. Yes, that's the Millennium Falcon. So I've been looking at the Steam Workshop, and these are all ships that have been created by users of the game. Shall we hit this so that we flip behind? Let's have a look at Discovery 1, which I think has been beautifully rendered. Let's see if we can get the idea of the scale of this vessel. So you've seen how big my ship is compared to me, and the Discovery 1 is completely to scale. So what that looks like some sort of a hangar door, doesn't it? That's because it is, look. Oh, it's shutting. We could, if we had a smaller ship, we could land it inside the Discovery 1's rear hangar, but let's continue flying to the front. I can't let you do that, Dave. So the way that this particular ship is designed, when we leave, it just kicks us straight out of the cockpit. So I'm now standing on the outside of my little spaceship. Here's the Discovery. So I'll kick my jetpack on, which is indicated by the little jetpack notification in my HUD. Let's flip ourselves around so this makes sense. And head down to the open the pod bay doors, please, Hal. Is this the pod bay doors? There we go. Holy shit, look, it's the pod bay from 2001. If this isn't making you excited, then you're not a particularly good nerd. So we can see gravity is on, so I can turn my jetpack off, and I can quite happily walk around inside the ship. Now I have the ability by pressing Y to depower the ship, at which point the gravity goes off and I'm then completely stuck, and I can turn my jetpack on and then attempt to navigate around using a jetpack, but holy crap, it's difficult. So let's turn the power back on, turn my jetpack off. On any ship or base you press P and it brings up the, like, this ship is literally made up of lots of different components. This shows you the status of those components. You can see the Discovery is running a lot of fuel tanks, and you can see the status of the fuel tanks. Power usage, amount left, that kind of thing. And you can access them, you can actually see the individual fuel packs that are in them, and you can replenish it if you want. But if you have a big ship, it can literally take you half an hour to replenish the fuel packs. Doesn't seem like a massively good use of time. There is no auto refuel function at this time, so this game really wants you to work. Right, let's see if we can get up to the bridge. So what's this thing? This thing's probably a thing, isn't it? This is a... Oh, this is the gravity generator. I've never seen one of these before. So, like, if I was to go back into P here and find gravity generators, I can select individual gravity generators and turn them off and turn them on. Like, you've got this granular control over the components of your spaceship. Right. Whoa, my god, Jesus. Oh, look. I'm standing in the Discovery looking at the Enterprise. That's quite cool, isn't it? That Enterprise is not especially well made on the inside, not like the Discovery is. They've done just a beautiful job with this, I think. So, I mean, I don't know if this was ever a feature of the Discovery, but here's the garden rooms, so you're on your long-range spacecraft, and you can grow food for your journey. Oh great, I'm glad I got off at that stage, that level. That's actually the right level for the bridge. Oh look, there's Hal. I'll try to make it look like Hal anyway, with the tools available to them. But let's see, this big panel in front of me here, what does it say? Pilot capital vessel? That's right. You can fly the bloody thing. Which is easier said than done in many respects. Let's flip to the external view. That's right. I'm flying the Discovery 1. Look at my tiny little ship over there. So what I'm actually going to do is spin her around. Let's see if I can find a small vessel. Here we go. It's all a bit silhouetted. Okay, so let me get out the pilot's chair. Okay, so there's the Millennium Falcon. Now I could go back down to the pod bay and inject myself, but what I'm actually going to do is open up, because I'm in creative mode and I can have whatever I want. I'm going to grab the game's multi-tool and I'm just going to take out that window, switch off the power for the vessel, because seriously, they run down and then you have to refuel them and it's an enormous ball ache. Switch my jetpack on, see if I can get around the right way, and let's whoosh, have a look at the Millennium Falcon. I've got to say, these guys did a pretty good job of the outside, pretty reasonable, I think. Let's turn the power on. Turn my jetpack off. Oh, crap. The ship's sideways. Right, okay. We'll leave my jetpack on for the moment. And yeah, it has a the loading ramp is a thing that exists and works. Quite iconic loading ramp of the Millennium Falcon. There it is. Okay, wow, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, we'll have a proper look around inside here when we're on the planet, because we're going to fly this back down to have a look around. Ah, right, that's better. Okay. How about this? I'm in the cockpit of the bloody Millennium Falcon, flying towards a planet. It's going to be night time when we land, so that's going to suck. Also, we are miles away from base. I'd like to land in a the transition from space to planet, I think, is somewhat on the clunky side. But I'm going to let them off because I think what they've done is pretty remarkable. Should we have a look from the outside? That'll probably help me find my base, actually. What the bloody hell is it? We have access to numerous maps. However, this one isn't really helping me. Where's my bloody base? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. The other side of the titting planet. Oh, I suppose my orbit wasn't like geosynchronous, so the whole time moving up there, the planet had been rotating below me. Okay, let's not land at the base. Let's land just anywhere that's a good spot to land. Let's try top of this mountain. Here we go, touching down. Hopefully this is nice and flat. Let's turn the power off, see how flat it is. Donk. Physics. Okay, not that flat. Let's try and level it out so that I can walk around inside happily enough. Okay. Jetpack off. Okay. Would it help if I got out and pushed? So with the power still on. What I loved was I came into the Millennium Falcon through the loading bay, and I knew how to get to the cockpit. Crazy. So what have we got in here? Oh look, here's the gunning platforms. You could have Luke in one and Han in the other if you wanted. What else have we got? Back in the cockpit. Oh look, fancy game of hollow chess, whatever they call it. And I guess around here is where they'd have the training drone thing. Yes, what that is. What's through here? I've never been around here before. Ah, oh wow, the mandibles. Cool. You can actually leave the ship this way. Interesting. Storage, I suppose, is a freighter. Should we leave? Whoa! Yeah, you can literally see through this window to see the pilot. What a bang up job that content creator did. God bless him. So this is the blueprint mode, and I don't need to worry about resources. If you had enough resources, you could literally make this in game. Sorry, I've got pizza here. I'm just going to eat whilst I'm making this video. I definitely shouldn't eat pizza while making a video, should I? You get that horrible chewing noise. I'll save that for afterwards. Oh my god, it's spicy as well. So anyway, here's the kind of stuff that you can make. Buildings. So here's the built-in buildings. Let's spawn one. Boff. Here's a handy little starter base. Not that nice to look at, but it's everything you need. There's your air production, your food, your power. Should we turn it on? That's a bit nicer. Little grow lamps for the garden. Lovely, smash it. Let's have a look at another sort of base. Here's one of the very much bigger ones. I think that this is supposed to be for some sort of alien faction. Here's a door. Let's turn it on. Like you can imagine, you might turn the power off your base when you leave to save energy. There's the garden room. Oh dear. Okay, so we obviously have a problem here, and this is a problem that can be combated by using the flattening tool. Oops, there you go. So in a pretty Minecraft-esque sort of way, all of the scenery is full once you've placed your building, actually make it fit properly. Geez, what's the lift through? There's a grab lift. Actually, one of the other cool tools you get is plasma cannon drill. So this one's actually critical because you do have to mine resources out of the ground. It's quite a lot faster than the flattening tool, but it doesn't flatten, it does drill, so I would end up just making a cave if I wouldn't do this for long enough. Anyway, let's get out of this base. Can we drill our way out the window? No. Because this has an ammo, you know, these are all, rather than just big construction tools, these are all part of the game mechanic, the survival game. Let's have a look at some of the user content created stuff from the sort of sublime. Where can I put this? Here. You're always at the back of things that you make. That's pretty nice, isn't it? I'm not sure how that would fit into a survival game. I've made a beautiful mansion to live in. There's something a little bit otherworldly about this, I think. To the somewhat more ridiculous. Oh dear, let's find somewhere I can actually build this. Let's get lower. I like how they made the flying as part of the game mechanic. That's right, it's a tent. But hey, look at this, everything you need. And it's all in green. I think my personal favourite is not the lakeside cottage, not the extremely impressive angel spire, but yeah, this one. Oh god, I'm going to get miles away to spawn this. I know we'll probably go. Is there even room on this mountain with this bloody thing? Oh, here we go. Nearly, 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 nearly. No, no, no. Oh, bugger it. Here we go. Is it going to fit in this valley? What a huge object to be spawning. There we go. It's all going to be half under bloody rock, but look at this. It's a whole base, it's like something out of Command and Conquer. There's a med bay, launch pads, hangars, living accommodation, obviously power plant, because again everything in this has to function. Real super impressive thing. So then in terms of vehicles, you can spawn hover vehicles, like this car, which are super handy for getting around on the ground. Turn them on just like all the other ships, but they do just hover, so they can go over land, they can go over water, but they can't fly. Go back in time. You can actually there's a easy to create default vehicle, which I can grab from. Ooh, what is it? A tool? Is it a component? I should really have memorised this before I started. It's not a block. It's not the construction kit for a motorcycle. It is a motorcycle. Spoilers, it's a motorcycle. No. Tell me if you can see motorcycle. Oh, here we go. Here we are. So you've got a deployable, really actually quite good fun to ride motorbike. Because these worlds are pretty huge, so having something that you can easily make. There's a motorcycle construction kit in your crashed escape mod. Then when you get off, you can pack it away again and carry it with you, which is real handy. Then there are the medium-sized vessels, of which This one is one of my faves. Sort of vaguely reminiscent of the Eagles off of Space 1999, I think. So on this, whoops, my jetpack's on. And this one, you have again all the stuff that you'll need. Behind these, locker doors, air and fuel and ammo boxes, super handy for ammo. Plenty of space for passengers. Plenty more space for passengers. And your cockpit. Oh, and I always leave the bloody doors open on this. Bit phallic, but you know, so be it. It's quite fun just to turn the power off at impromptu moments, see where you end up. Oh, glad it popped me out, that was going to be a pain to get out of. So let's have a look at some of the user created content. If I wanted a pod for the Discovery one, they are not, no, it's not the most convincing job in the world, but they actually fit in the pod bay of the Discovery one, which is a nice feature. We have the obligatory X-Wing fighter, which will go lovely with your alien which will go lovely with your Millennium Falcon. And this one spawns with the power on. Not too far away to show the power on. They've done a reasonable job of that, I think. Not too bad. You could have a race against your Mark 1 Viper from Battlestar Galactica. Very nice job on that. Clearly tell what that is. Beautifully, and I hope everyone recognises this instantly, from Spaceballs, the groundhog. I love the interior. And again, as I keep saying, it has to be a functional spaceship. It has to have all the stuff that you need for a spaceship to fly. And what else have we got? Obviously we have the... Everyone remembers the famous pedo van with free candy and hugs inside. Very tasteful, I think. Tasteful addition to the ships. Not that pedo-y when you get in, to be fair. This is an interesting one. This is someone really been using their head. So you can mine a lot of resources from asteroids. Look at this bad boy. So each one of those is a plasma cannon, and when you get into the cockpit you have to then load up all of the ammo boxes with the correct ammo for the plasma cannons, but then it fires all of them at once and you can basically drill a hole through an asteroid with it collecting all the resources. So it's a completely practically designed spaceship. Beautiful, really. And then we have the capital ships, and these are beautiful. So obviously you've seen the Discovery 1, you've seen the Enterprise, well, you've seen one of the Enterprises. Do you want the NX-01 one from Star Trek Enterprise? There it is. In fact, the thing is, my jetpack is not the fastest thing in the world, so I find myself spawning one of these to get around, just like one of the little default ships. So otherwise it will take you forever to get anywhere. So there's a docking bay. Ooh. Is there? Who knows Star Trek better than me? Ugh, that's not it. It's got to be a way onto this bloody ship, isn't it? Okay. We might have to go in a fancy way. Okay, we'll just land on the roof. And we'll turn the ship off. There we go. Right. Just walking around on the Enterprise, no big deal. I happen to know I love the sense of scale that you get of these big ships. Holy crap. Is that me moving on the ship? Neither. Okay. When the power runs out, this thing will fall out of the sky. And the ship creators, I don't know why, they never have very much power on them. Right. That's handy, they put an air machine and a health machine right by the door. So again, functional spaceship, so all the rooms highlighted with what you need. And here's a lift. So I'm guessing turbo lifts. Oh crap! Right, is this a corridor? Or is this a bloody crawl space? Ah, here we go. Yay! Deck of the Enterprise. So let me get my multi-tool out. Take away some of these plates. Oh, there's that corridor we were just in. Here's the engine room. Which, this isn't actually a functional engine. This is just entirely decoration. Because then there is like a functional warp drive on this ship somewhere. But let's leave the Enterprise behind us by the quickest route. Which is falling. Oh, there's the bloody docking bay, right. Probably the most impressive capital quotes vessel that I've seen on this is Atlantis City. Wait for it to spawn in, this takes a minute. But whilst that's spawning in, I'm going to spawn myself another little spaceship. Nothing wrong with this spaceship at all, this is a real neat little shuttle. So look, whoa! Ugh, crashing the Enterprise. The size of this, the amount of time it must have taken to create is insane. I wasn't a particular fan of Stargate Atlantis, so I don't know how accurate this is. But this is like an actual city, like each of these towers you can go into, they have individual floors, all of the components that you need to make a spaceship work are there. Incidentally, I have attempted to map gamepad controls to this, which kind of works. The analog element of the analog sticks don't, so it's just on or off. But it is vaguely usable because this would be so cool with VR. I think you need sticks for that, really. So let's see if we can go here. Is this going to work? Let's fly over there. Whoa! I just turned my jetpack off. Oh crap! Come on! No! It's going to take ages to fly back up there now. Dumpty 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 dum. Right, this is where I want to go. So it's typical FPS controls for this. C to go down, space to go up, etc. Right, let's go in this grav lift. I think I'm going the right way. I don't know the layout of this place particularly well. Lots of empty floors. I'm going to let them have that because this must have been an enormous amount of work. More empty floors. World's longest grav lift. Aha! Here we are. Right, how do I get out of here? And yes, this is the bloody pilot seat. You can fly this bloody thing around. In fact, let's turn her on. There we go. Incredibly slowly, I'm flying a city. Pretty incredibly impressive, isn't it? Oh, you can roll it if you want. Ooh. Leaving a planet in a city. I think that's supposed to indicate friction as we leave the atmosphere. Pong. There you go. So we are now flying in space. Right, so I'm going to pause it here whilst I scoff some of this pizza. I have one more thing to show you, which is going to require a little bit of setup. So, back in a sec, I guess. Okay, we have done our prep. I've eaten as much of that pizza as I wanted. FYI, it wasn't all that. And we're ready to have a look at some of the final mechanics of this game that I find interesting and exciting. So, here is Atlantis City. Just turn this volume down in my ear, that's better. As we discussed, again, beautifully silhouetted against the sun. So go external so that we can really appreciate the size and scale, and then we'll never set eyes in the place again. And we are going to go off to this sort of reasonably generic capital ship that you've never seen before, because someone in the game has, one of the content creators has come up with it. Here we go. It has a name. The name is written on the side of it. It's Kirikov or something. Kirov. There we go. So typically you would call that quite a large vessel, but compared to the enormity of Atlantis City, it looks minuscule. But let us take our spaceship that I like, fly over to the docking bay. In we go. Will you let me in? There we go. Just make sure that I'm doing this right. Bit easier than in Elite. And there we go, and you will now see it says docked yes on the right hand side. So that means when I need to take that off. Donk. That now means that when I pilot this capital vessel, this ship is going to travel with me. So you can either plonk them in the docking bay. If there's a suitable bit of flat surface, you can actually just land them anywhere on a capital ship and they dock. So you can take a whole bunch of other ships with you. So this is a carrier. We're just going to whiz around the anatomy of this ship because I turned that one off. Ah! No, that turned off the capital ship. We go inside it. There we go, turn it off. No. In fact, interestingly, you might have seen there's a O2 tank on the roof of this ship, which would be nice if I could show you, but there we go. That little white thing there, so even that little ship has to have all of the necessary stuff to function. So at the front we have the cargo bay with lots of ammo boxes, air, lots of air, and the large constructor which is able to make anything. So this is something you would typically only find in a base, but on a capital ship you can take one with you. So assuming that you can mine or gather the resources, you can create anything you want. So you don't even need to make a base. You can take the capital ship and land it on a planet if you want and just use it exactly like a base. I think probably bases use a little less power than a ship, but remember you can individually go and turn all of the ship components off, like the thrusters and the warp drive. Let's talk about the warp drive. Look out the window. How about that? Still blows my mind. Like, you can look out that window, you can pick a lake on that planet, you get your little ship and fly down there. Amazing. So let's head towards this radiation sign. I think this is where we need to go. Engine room, where we have lots and lots of fuel tanks. And you can walk to an individual fuel tank, open it, see the fuel packs inside. And we have a generator in there, generating electricity. I think this is decorative console. Okay. So where's the thing I'm looking for? Is this another door? So airlock, right, okay. Don't want to go out there. What's down this crawl space? There's a particular component that I'd like to show you. Ah, crap, I don't know where it is. So today on YouTube, watch someone walk around a spaceship, not knowing where the thing he's looking for is. Marvellous. What does that mean? Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. This thing here is a warp drive. That is how big a warp drive is. If you wish to have a warp drive on your vessel, it needs to be large enough to contain that enormous donut. Interesting to note, isn't it? So I love the fact that ships are the size they are for a given reason. So the gravity generators and the warp drive fuel tank. Let's talk about the warp drive fuel tank. These crystals, not dilithium, they're pentaxid. Pentaxid? I can spawn as many as I like. You hold down shift, you click, and it populates a row. So obviously you don't have to find the fuel tank to do it. You can just press P, find the warp drive tank, and access it that way. But even in creator mode, you have to put the warp fuel into the warp drive tanks before you can go anywhere. So now let's go and find a lift. This ship is way big enough, isn't it? Let's pop up this grav lift. And here we have the living quarters. Annoyingly, the beds don't do anything. The living quarters are just decorative. It would be nice if they could build a function in, but bear in mind this game is an alpha, so maybe that's something they'll come up with later on. There's your med bay, there's your clone tank, there's your air, so all nice and close. This is annoying, having all those doors open every time you walk past. I guess this would be like the recreation area. Here's your garden room if you want to grow some plants. Look at Atlantis City out there just floating around upside down. Mental. Right, now let's head up to this grav lift. We have... I'm assuming that this would be the captain's quarters, which is kind of a nice feature they put that in, a little bit like a old galleon. And here's the bridge. Okay, so let's jump in the pilot seat and let's hit the maps. So here is the local planetary system. You can go to these asteroids to mine the resources out of them if you wish. You can head to the planet's moon. There's resources to be gathered on the moon as well if you want, or you can build a base there if you want. There's nothing to stop you. Here's a list of everything that exists in text, and here is a yes, this is a solar system map. So we can pick a planet. So there's apparently an alien outpost. Apparently there's a trading post. I haven't been able to find them. They're just asteroid fields when I go there. There's the sun. You can't choose to go there, but let's pick a fire planet, for want of a better word, lava-based planet. Lock target. Hop back into. So there should now be an arrow somewhere on the screen, indicating which direction I need to rotate my craft. Can you see an arrow? I can't see an arrow. Let's flip into external mode. There we go. So I need to get my crosshair locked on. Look, you can see this bloody planet. This will take apparently a year to travel to under thrusters. To get the... Oh, there goes Atlantis behind us. You need to get a bit of a head of steam up. You need to be going at a given speed. Then you hit K. Engage the warp drive. Zonk. There you go. I've just travelled 1 year in a second to the other side of the galaxy, or up to the solar system rather. That place doesn't look particularly hospitable, does it? And this is thruster speed, so there's just no getting away from it. You have to spend a bit of time just travelling. Let's hope we're not going to hit any of these asteroids, because this isn't a particularly nimble ship. It's like flying a container ship. Here we go. Look from inside. And you can look around. So all of these seats are occupiable by... Whoa! Okay, we just hit something. That's what you get for not looking where you're going. Bloody planet. Looking at the elite style map at the top right hand corner. There you go. Back on track. Yeah, so you can have your friends sitting in the seats. In fact, you can't go to warp until everyone's sat in a seat. Oh god, we just hit another bloody asteroid. Glad this is in creative mode. My ship's in the struggle. There we go. I think we're through the asteroids now. And in fact, some of these seats will control the armaments for the vessel as well. So in PvP mode, you'd have to have gunners protecting capital ship, maybe and launch fighters as well. How cool would that be? How exciting would that be? To a sci-fi nerd, right, going through the atmosphere of a capital ship. That transition was a lot nicer than on the temperate planet, I think. Okay. So it is sun up in 11 minutes, Jesus Christ. We are not going to go to the nighttime side of the planet because that is real boring. You can see by the sun up timer on the right hand side, it's going down pretty quickly. But what I'm actually inclined to do is just park my vessel here with my multi-tool, blow out the window because I can. It's so much quicker than going through the ship. Let's just fly down to the loading bay, hangar bay rather. There you go. I think this thing's got to be quicker than a big capital ship, doesn't it? Let's power her up. And launch. Okay, let's head towards the sun. So just to recap on what we've just done here, we have left one planet, flown into a docked to a capital ship, flown to the other side of the solar system, landed on another planet. This force field is on every bloody planet, and I don't know what it means. I'm sure I can just Google it to find out. If you keep an eye on my distance to orbit counter there, you'll see that I'm travelling upwards. Not anymore, I'm not. Okay, right, let me work this out. I need to go down to get away from it. There we go. Let's continue going up. Yeah, so this force field is like an enormous dome over the poles. I would love to know why it was there. There's also weird sort of shimmery green energy stuff that you fly through. You can in fact land on top of this force field and walk around if you want. Maybe you can even make a base there. Maybe you can make a base there. Should we find out? Should we find out? Okay, let's land. Okay, let's land. Let's turn the power off. That's it. Oh, I have landed. Okay. Let's go to creative mode. Let's select the base. A little one. Oh my god. Well, that's broken, isn't it? Oh well, it's an alpha. You know, whatevs. It only cost me 15 quid. I'm not going to get overly upset about that. Right, let's head towards the sun. This is actually quite a cool thing to see from space. We want to get to the sunny side of the planet. So you just fly towards the sun. You get to watch the sunrise. Now let's dip back in the atmosphere. And we're in daytime. Okay, wow. Okay. We missed the sunrise. You know a way that I like to land? Terminal velocity. Like a sack of shit. Boff! Okay. And the last thing that I wanted to show you on this lava planet was the mining mechanic. Mining and the mechanics. So let's get a my menu, grab a drill. Actually, let's grab a couple of guns. Change and rotate tool, pretty handy. You can move things around. Let's have a look at some of this crap. So we have a pretty handy torch, absolutely critical at night. Doesn't use any power, which I'm glad about. Pistol. Oh, that's better than a normal pistol. Bet I could kill a dinosaur with it. In creative mode, there's all sorts of weird alien creatures walking around. Sniper rifle. Wow. Oh, assault rifle, sorry. That's a sniper rifle. Oh, look at that, you got an adjustable scope. I've not played with any of these yet. Plasma launcher. Holy crap, look at that deforming the bloody scenery. Sweet, let's go somewhere a bit lighter so we can see that happen. Pretty cloudy this planet, hard to see things. You remember that ship that had all the plasma cannons on it? That's how come it's used for mining. Wow. What's this? Oh, this is another sniper rifle? Wow, a better sniper rifle, I'd say. Wow. I don't think you could do that with a 50 cal. And here is the thing that I want to show you, the drill. So, you'll see that I'm gathering crushed stone. If I had found a mineral deposit, which you'll see the little ping came up earlier telling me that I found a mineral deposit. Look at that, look at the hole I just dug for myself. Where is this mineral deposit I just found? Here we go, magnesium. Half a kilometre away. Let's fly there. Let's watch me from the outside what's happening. Just not moving at all because I'm such a badass. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves whilst I fly there. Dear, oh dear, well, I should have thought about this a bit better. I'm going to have some beer. I'm drinking Hawthorne Pale Ale, which is Australian. It's alright. Yeah, quite acceptable. Here we go. 100% ores left. So if I'm going rowing, I'm in luck. Right, so let's turn this jetpack off any second now. Bong! Let's mine some magnesium. Is it a good idea to mine magnesium with this thing? I don't know. Oh, I'm not there yet. Oh, I see. Do I have to? I've not actually done this before, so I have to drill down to get to it, which is kind of what I was doing. Diggy diggy hole. 7. There you go, if you hold down both buttons it goes even faster, but you can see that I have ammo at the bottom right there that's being consumed. 4. Oh, I'm picking up magnesium, there we go. 95% left. And you'll see, I've really made quite a hole there. Oh, and that's what the magnesium looks like. So this is normal rock. This is all magnesium. So you can actually see what it looks like. God, you could get really into this, couldn't you, with this kind of survival, mining, crafting sort of thing as your cup of tea. Isn't it well lit in there for a cave? Anyway. And if I open up my inventory, I should now have, there you go, a bunch of magnesium and a bunch of crystal. Remember I picked that alien honey earlier? There it is. In fact, I think I'll eat that. Alien honey, lovely. Oh, you can take your helmet off if you want. That's what I look like. There's all sorts of. Oh, right. Tech trees. Obviously, everything's unlocked, but you can. You know how tech trees work. There's a different tech tree for everything. You can, if I wanted to, in game, I could spawn the correct blocks and build myself an entire new spacecraft. I could build myself a capital craft out of its component parts if I wanted to. You can do basically whatever you want in this. You can play it just like a simple survival game, or something much more complicated. And I'm assuming, whilst it's not available, that's a solar system map, and that's a galaxy map, so you'll be able to do, inter-solar system travel and you know, you'll be looking for the planets that have the resources you need to make the thing that you want, and you'll be fighting other people and what have you. I think the scope of this is mind-blowing, but it's on alpha at the moment. You can pick it up on Steam for just 15 quid. I thoroughly recommend that you do, because you will probably play with it like just fuck about spawning spaceships and flying them around for 2 evenings solid before you get sick of it and then think what I'm actually going to do with it. But those 2 evenings, perfect. It's like having all of the toys that you ever wanted as a kid, but you can actually properly play with them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review, found it in some way useful or interesting. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. You don't have to like and subscribe, I don't care. I just do this because I wanted to tell you about this amazing game. So ta-ta.